Hello, time for another story. This story is another Godly Place story, and it's all about a man called Zacchaeus. It's a time of year when people would go to the big city of Jerusalem to celebrate Passover. This particular place was on the route for many people, a place called Jericho. Jesus was passing through Jericho to go to celebrate Passover in Jerusalem with his friends. And as he came through the village of Jericho, crowds and crowds of people thronged the street, desperate to come and see this amazing person that they'd heard so much about. Jesus told them stories, wonderful stories of healings, stories of miracles, water being changed into wine. He told them about how much God loved them and cared for them. He told them how he wanted them to live lives that honoured God, that showed other people God's love through their actions and through their words. They were mesmerised by the things he was saying. There was a man who lived in Jericho called Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was a short man. Zacchaeus was a man that the people of Jericho didn't like. Zacchaeus' job was as a tax collector. That meant that he took money for the government, but he also kept a lot in his own pocket. He was a very rich man, had a very nice house, he wore very fine clothes, but he didn't have any friends. He was a little bit scared coming out to see Jesus. He really wanted to come and see what all the fuss was about, but he didn't want to push his way through the crowds. He didn't want to risk them getting angry with him, noticing that he was there. But he just couldn't see over their heads. As he looked around, he saw a tall sycamore tree behind the crowd, and so he decided to climb to the top of the sycamore tree and look through the branches so that he could see Jesus. Just peeping out, listening to the words that Jesus was saying. Those wonderful words, words about friendship, words about being honest and kind and loving your neighbour. It did make Zacchaeus think. Somebody from the crowd shouted out, "Jesus, why don't you come and have refreshment at my house?" And Jesus looked at the crowd. He thanked the person, but he said, "It's okay, I've got somewhere to go." And he looked up into the tree and he said, Zacchaeus, come on down. I'm going to come to your house for dinner. I'd really like to talk to you." Well, Zacchaeus almost fell out of the tree. Jesus wanting to talk to him? The crowd couldn't have been more shocked and actually quite angry. How dare Jesus come and want to spend time with that man? Zacchaeus came down from the tree and he and Jesus went and had dinner together and talked together for some time. Later in the day, they came back out onto the street. Well, Zacchaeus was beaming from ear to ear. He looked like a changed man. Not only that, he was handing out money to the crowds of people. He was saying sorry for having taken more than he should have done. Sorry for having cheated them. Sorry for not having had the right attitude. The people were so shocked. Jesus looked on, with a smile on his face too. And Zacchaeus turned back to Jesus, his friend, and acknowledged him. I wonder why Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus. I wonder how Zacchaeus felt when Jesus spoke to him. I wonder what Zacchaeus and Jesus spoke about. I wonder if it was hard for Zacchaeus to give back what didn't belong to him. I wonder what behaviour you might need to change. And I wonder what you and Jesus might talk about. See you next time.